Hello and welcome to Pakati TV. I'm your host Khaya Ndubane. As usual, I have Tshepo Ntoelengoe, our resident analyst. Today we'll look into this past weekend's results and talk more about what happened in the PSL and also in the CAF Champions League. Looking at the PSL, no less than 10 goals were scored, but 5 of them came in one game between Celtic and Golden Arrows. I'm sure you'll tell us more about what transpired this past weekend.
Yeah, sure, Baki, and thanks for welcoming me to the show once again. Very interesting matches, as always. The first round of fixtures were very interesting, and this past weekend also, the fixtures were very, fantastic. I mean, you look at the Bloemfontein Celtic, match, beating Golden Arrows 5-0. I don't lie, I never saw that coming. It was very interesting to see, Ndumisoma Bena, leading the team, getting the first goal, in the early minutes of the game. As well as Andile Fikizolo, scoring the 5th goal against his former side, the team that made him well known in the South African football fraternity. It was very very quite impressive. And we also look at the game between Cape Town City and Stellenbosch, which was a Cape Derby. Very unfortunate for Stellenbosch getting the second game of the league. It was their first loss. The first game they drew. Cape Town City 1-0 first to Chris Davis goal. Very beautiful goal, well taken. And again the next match has to be Kaizer Chiefs getting their second win of the season. I'm sure Kaizer Chiefs must be very enthusiastic and excited about their team getting 6 points in the row. We are on top of the log now. Yes, we played 2 games, and other teams haven't played 2 games like Pirates and Sundowns because they were busy in the CAF Champions League. So yeah, very interesting matches, Brake, and I was glad to see some goals scored there.
Turning our attention into the CAF Champions League, it was not a good weekend for South African teams, with both Pirates and Sundowns losing. Pirates losing 1-0 and Sundowns also going down 2-1 to Odoyo. Tell us more about those games. We hear that Thompo Kokana was red-carded, meaning that Sundowns were compromised as early in the first half. What are your thoughts on the Champions League?
For Sundowns, I think there was a huge blow for Thompo Kokana, to be red-carded at the early stages of the game. I mean, like we all know that Thompo Kokana is the anchor of the team, and with him around the middle for the team plays very well, and he manages to create and stop attacks of the opponents. It was very disappointing. I don't want to lie to you, Brake, for Sundowns, to be losing their opening game of the CAF Champions League campaign. I never really saw it coming, but again, I'm very certain that in the second leg they might do well. Getting into Paris, another disappointing one, for Paris. I mean, we all expected Paris to be doing very well in the CAF Champions League this time around, because looking at the fact that they were knocked out of the group stages, last campaign, and everybody was just hoping that this season is going to be a better one for them, and to start their CAF Champions League campaign like with a loss is very disappointing. But what Coach Micho said after the game, he told the reporters that he's very confident coming into the second leg being played at home, they will bring their A game and they will win the match. And we don't have to forget about the CAF Confederations Cup, TS Galaxy winning 1-0. I think the people of Kwandavele are very excited about it. We are very happy, and I'll just wish them the best.
It was not all dull and gloom. TS Galaxy did indeed raise our flag in the CAF Confederation Cup. And also for Pirates and Sundowns, it's not all over, especially for Sundowns, because they did get the away goal, meaning that a 1-0 win should be enough for them to go through. And also Pirates, I'm sure, in Orlando, they will have the better of Green Eagles. As usual, you can have your say on today's topic on our social media platforms. On Twitter, it's at Pakati. On Facebook, it's at Pakati. Until next time, enjoy the beautiful game.